Hi, everyone, and welcome to day 6 of 12 days of Canva graphic tutorials with Farm Girl. Today, we're actually going to work on some information cards that you can attach to your props, which will help you sell more props in the long run. So, I am going to share my screen and we'll get started. So, Carrie Sadler from River City Pilates, who is my client and one of my dearest friends, thought of this idea a couple of years ago, and we have done that, and it has truly created a whole new a whole new income stream of prop sales. So, what she did, or what she wanted to do, was create a card, like a index card of instructions that she could sell with props in order to make sure people knew what to do with them when they got home. This also means that people can buy props for gifts, and the person who you gift it to will have some instructions on how to use it. So, this is one of the foot cards, and it's really, there's nothing complicated about this graphic except for how to print it in your own very studio. So I'm going to add a page and show you the steps to create it. And then we'll talk through a couple of things about it. So truly, I selected a template for index card. And how do you size it? When you go to the office supply or Amazon to order the index cards to print, they come 4 to a sheet. So whatever size is on there in inches, I think this one is 5 by 5 by 425 inches. You put that in, and now you have the size of your graphic. So we're going to create one card, and then we're going to create another document with 4 cards, so you can just run it through your printer and do it. Now, the pictures are the tricky part. You can take the pictures of yourself and then you can put them in. You can write the instructions yourself. How easy is this? So let's do it. Pretty sure I can handle this one. Okay, everything starts with your feet. So the first thing we do is put a headline up there. That's too big. So you'll want to put that in your brand colors. I want to center that exactly. So I'm stretching that text to the edge of the card so it does it exactly. Now, one of the things that we found was tricky is sometimes the index card paper goes into the printer a little screwy. So you want to leave the edges so you have a little extra space. Now we are going to do those 2 boxes with the instructions. So we'll go to elements, and those were open boxes. So I'm just going to take this shape. The reason I'm doing this on white is so that I don't use up all the ink in the printer putting the background on. So there's one box. I'm going to copy it and paste it and put another box down here. And then I'm going to go in and get a frame, and it's right here on my elements menu. So I'm just going to get this circle frame for a picture of feet. And you can make that bigger or smaller Not that big, obviously, or it won't be on the screen. And you can arrange it however you wish. And I don't want to go too close to the edges, so I'm going to raise these up from the bottom a little bit. And then one of the things that I always use when we're selling a footwork shop or any props with feet is the words plantar fasciitis, because lots of people have dealt with that. And it certainly seems to be a reason or a way to guarantee almost a sale. So I'm going to take another circle and put it over here and put those words in there. And I'm going to just take some text. I want this to stand out, so I'm going to make it red. And then I'm going to get some text and say, great for plantar fasciitis. It's always a tricky word to spell. And now you can size it by either selecting it and going up here and playing with the font, or you can just grab the corner of the text block, make it smaller, then grab it by the crossbar, take it into your block. I'm going to make this text white so it shows up, and I am going to make it bold so it shows up even more. And to make it bold, I have to select it. So there you go. And now I can even make it a little bigger so it takes that entire box. You would add the text simply by going over and then making your margins go within your boxes. And I have to tell you, we did play with the text to make sure that we could do it in just a few words. Then on the backs, so now you see that all you have to do is slide a picture of a foot, and you'll probably have to take these or get them off Google. There's plenty of foot pictures on Canva, but not so much foot massage ball, maybe. We'll check. Well, there it is. So let me roll that one over. And there you have your roll back and forth. And we can actually put the text on there that says, and I'm just going to copy my text from over here and change it because I think that white will be perfect. And I don't like having only one word on a row, so I move that. Roll your foot back and forth. If you want to get an arrow to show that, go into Elements. Again, Elements have everything. You just have to search for it. I want the back and forth arrow. So I bring it down there. And there you go. You can put it above or below the text. I'm going to make that arrow white, the same as I made everything else. Now, you would do whatever instructions you want. You can make that text smaller. It'll probably be 8 to 10. size of a font, but it is truly not too small to read once you print it out in the card. And then I'm going to just leave this right here so you can see it and show you how I set up the printing. I'm going to download this one. So I am going to download page 1. Again, if you download as a JPEG, it'll take a little less ink than if you download as a PNG, but then if you have some blur, you know that you need to download it in higher resolution. Okay, now I'm going to go to Home on Canva, create a new graphic, and I know that a 1 sheet of paper graphic is called a flyer, so I'm just going to type that in. And you see you can choose a flyer, which is 8.5 by 11, or you can choose a flyer landscape, which is 11 by 8.5. And I'm going to go ahead and choose the landscape one. And all I do is upload that card. Click to put it over in my graphic. And instead of it letting it take the whole 11.5 by 8.5, I try to eyeball it down to 1/4 of a page so it has room to print. And once I do that, I copy and paste it, copy, and then I paste it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. That's Control C to copy, Control V to paste. And there you have it. Now, you could also order these cards from Vistaprint or some printing company if that's what you wanted. But that's how easy it is to make these cards. And then you just attach them to your props with tape, safety pin, whatever. Some of the little balls come in little bags, so you can tie the prop cards onto that. You can use a ribbon. But that's how you do it. Now, the templates for all of our cards are for sale on my website, just as an option for you. If you don't want to make your own, they are a great starting point. Or you can click on the graphic in the email I send you, and you will have this template, and you can just make this for all the props you have available. So have a great day. Happy day 6 of Canva graphics, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.